All right, guys. Mr. PIB's been on me to do a video, so I'm going to try to do a quick one here. I don't have a lot of updates since my last videos. I know I haven't done one in a while. I've had a lot going on. I know I say that every single time, but it's always true. This is the 1966 truck that belongs to Mr. and Mrs. PIB. Mr. and Mrs. PIB. This truck's named Luke. We got the 5-lug K member under the front. Still got to drill some holes for the idler arm and get the motor mounts bolted in. Maybe get the 3-speed out. I think we're going to go with the automatic on this one. May still be up in the air, but as far as I know, we're going to put automatic in this truck. I know Almond Joy's got a 3-speed on the column. I think they would enjoy the automatic better than the 3-speed. This truck, very solid in areas that some are not. Around the windshield's very solid. These inner fenders and stuff are very solid. A lot of them are usually eat out pretty bad right here in those areas. Even the battery box looks pretty good. But firewall's rough, floor's rough. It's got rust kind of on both sides in these same areas. I'm going to have to try to fix all that. A little bit out of my wheelhouse, but Tim's got a lot of stuff going on right now, so I'm going to try to kind of patch this thing up until he get some stuff out of his way and he's able to fool with it, and he can go back over some of my work more than likely. We'll see how it turns out. It may turn out good. I don't know. I'm not the best welder, but as long as I've got a good grinder, I can make it look decent. So anyway, lot to do this truck, lot to do. I've got to go through the fuel system, the brakes, still yet, even though we put the square body stuff on the front. Got to get a steering column figured out for the automatic. I've got a tilt column over here we may put in this truck. Needs a windshield. Needs a lot, guys. Needs a whole lot of work. A lot of metal work. A lot of mechanical work. But we'll get it there. It's dried out. So the truck's been sitting in my garage now for a while. Got the bed cleaned out. Everything's good and dry. So hopefully we'll get started on this truck really soon. Here's some fenders that I bought for my 67 Chevelle. These came from one of the Vaughn brothers out in Athens, Tennessee, or McMinn County. He bought a 67 Chevelle. These guys don't fool with anything but nice cars. They build a lot of really, really high-end nice cars. They don't want junk. These are really good original fenders. I'm tickled to get them for my Chevelle. Mine's just an old rough 4-door, and I want it to mismatch. As stupid as that sounds, maybe y'all get to see kind of my vision if I ever get around to the car, but I want different colored fenders. I might even throw a different colored door or two on it if I can find them. I want to make some kind of little fast, kind of rat rod type car out of it, and I don't know. I kind of like the mismatched body panel. Again, I know that sounds silly, but just give me time. We'll see what happens with it. You can see this one here has a hole cut out. That was for a security alarm on and off switch. Somebody stuck in it years ago. But like I said, those are really good fenders. They've had some repairs done, but I think they're very usable. But these guys, they want them right, guys. They want them right. So they spent some pretty good money on buying another set of really good original fenders to finish that car up. So these will work really good for what I need them for. Here's my 56. So I've been driving this truck quite a bit. I got a master cylinder put on it. The master cylinder was kind of bypassing just where it'd been setting. The truck's set for quite some time. So Tim and them done a whole lot of work to this thing, and they moved on to other projects, and it's set for a while. So the master cylinder was bad. It worked, but you kind of had to pump up the brakes, and then eventually the fluid would bypass. You'd have to pump them up a little bit more. I went ahead and put a new master cylinder on it. The master cylinder I had was the wrong one, so I had to take the piston out of the master cylinder that was on the truck, put it in this one, change the seals and stuff out. I was going to do a video on that, but guys, I swear to you, I've been so daggone busy. With Disney World last week and last weekend, this weekend's Mother's Day weekend, and my anniversary. The next 2 or 3 weekends I'm going to have to work over. Seems like I worked over a weekend or two here recently prior to Disney World. Just had a lot going on, guys. The rain, the weather, trying to keep up with mowing and stuff. It's just been one thing after the other. So anyway, I have been driving the truck, been enjoying it a little bit more than I have in a long time. I have really debated on just throwing the glass and stuff in it. just going Mr. PIB style and rattle canning this thing and kind of trying to match up the fenders and these bed sides. So the bed sides, I believe, were painted with house paint. They're black, a little bit of green paint there, but they really match the front fenders pretty good. So even the tops of the bed sides kind of match the fenders. So if I could match the rest of this up with those bed sides and those front fenders, I'd be tickled to death, and I could put the red interior in it. And I really think that it would look good, or good enough for me anyway. I'm not going for perfect. This old truck had a rough life, but it's come a long ways. It's a whole lot better than most, and it's worse than some. But I've got my 86 that needs a lot of work. It's actually my daughter's truck. I gave it to her. It's an 86 square body C-10 four-wheel drive long wheelbase truck. Really good truck. I'm kind of excited to get started on it eventually. The 67 Chevelle. Most of y'all probably seen a video on it not too long ago, so I'm wanting to take the motor out of it and kind of go through it a little bit, reseal it, put it in the 86, because I'm good with 305 in that truck. And if I fix the Chevelle, it needs to be fast because it's a four-door. I've got my 90 model GMC. I've got my 99 that needs some work. I've got a lot of stuff that needs work. I've got a backhoe down here that I've got to tear the motor apart in at some point and get it fixed. I've got a lot of stuff to do around the house, so a whole lot of projects. So that's why I say I've been debating on selling this 56. So I posted a picture on Facebook not long ago of my girl sitting in this truck. Had a couple people ask me about it, what I would take. I priced it to them. I don't know if they'll buy it or not. I don't really care. I've got a lot of money tied up in this truck, a whole lot of money, a whole lot more than I'll ever get out of it, and I know that. But these trucks sitting out in the field, still sitting on the stock frame, 6 lug, drum brake, crap, straight 6-cylinder motors, maybe still in them, maybe not, are still $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. It would take $23,500 to buy this truck. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but it's had a whole lot of metal work. It's had a whole lot of fab work. It's got NASCAR style rear swing arm suspension in the back, Nova clip, Nova rear end, adjustable coilovers, 4-wheel power disc brakes, power steering. It's got a low mile LS motor, 4L60E transmission. The frame has been stripped down. It's been painted with chassis saver paint. So underneath the truck looks real good. There's been a whole lot of work done to the truck. Now, it still needs some work. But, again, if you were to go out and find a junk truck and try to build this one, you'd never get close to what I've got here for the money. If you're paying someone else to do the work. Now, if you're doing it yourself, maybe you could, get to this point or past this point for that money. But this is a good truck. I don't care if I sell it or not. It's not on sale at all, guys. I'm perfectly content with keeping it. I really like it, but if someone wanted it for that money, that's fine. If not, no big deal. It's not hurting anything sitting here. I will get around to this truck hopefully this year, God willing. I am in good health and able to do it. I will get around to this truck. So anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to hush. I've got my daughter kind of tugging at me here. She's ready to go in the house, and I am too. Just kind of wanted to update y'all on where I'm at, what I'm fixing to be doing. We are going to get back on this truck. Hopefully, I'll have some updates for you on it here soon. I'd like to get the front clip off and start working on that firewall and some of those areas that I hate to take the front clip off, but it's going to be hard to get to some of these areas with it on the truck. You could get inside and kind of try to work around it from the inside, but I believe it would just be, especially in behind this inner fender here, there's some rot right there. So this really needs to come off and be out of the way. And maybe while it's off, I'll work on these front lower fenders and stuff too. Whole lot to do, guys. Just stay tuned for some updates. I'm going to get around to it as quick as I can. Like I said, I just don't have as much time as I used to. As always, I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next one. See you later.